Sarah, Tyler, well, things are heating up in the sports world here. Weather-wise, not so much. It's been a pretty chilly start to our weekend. Matter of fact, for parts of the natural state, we even struggled to see highs reach 40 degrees. We were stuck in the 30s all afternoon, and parts of northwest Arkansas, 39 and 38 in Bentonville, 38 for highs in Harrison. We were in the low 50s here in central Arkansas, closer towards the upper 50s in southern Arkansas. Right now, it's chilly already in the 30s this evening under clear skies. We still have a little bit of a breeze out of the north. As we go into tonight, we'll continue to see a light breeze. Temperatures dropping into the mid-20s, and you factor in that breeze, it's going to be feeling a lot colder. Matter of fact, the wind chill values could feel like they're in the teens by tomorrow morning. We are under a freeze warning for much of the state for tonight, and we're expecting another chilly night in our forecast as well. So I'll have more details on these cold nights with the Chuck of forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Corrales. Now a heads up that road closures continue in central Arkansas next week. Construction crews are set to begin work on Highway 67 in Jacksonville on Monday. The project will expand the highway to 6 lanes, something that's been in the works for years. This is the 31st and final project of the Connecting Arkansas program. Again, work is set to start on Monday, so you're going to want to check iDrive Arkansas for live traffic conditions. Former President Donald Trump says he believes he'll be arrested on Tuesday as part of a hush money investigation by Manhattan's district attorney. An attorney for Trump said this is speculation from the former president. Meanwhile, Trump's campaign announced he will hold a rally next Saturday in Waco, Texas. Michael George reports from New York.
Former President Donald Trump posted on his social media blog that he'll be arrested on Tuesday and called for protests. He wrote that illegal leaks from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office indicate that the far and away leading Republican candidate and former President of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. A New York grand jury is weighing an indictment of the former president in a case examining hush money paid to women who alleged sexual encounters with him. Trump has denied all wrongdoing. At a conservative forum Saturday, Senator Lindsey Graham said if he were Trump, he would take the matter to the Supreme Court.
So I think this is an effort that's ongoing, never-ending to destroy Donald Trump.
Former Vice President Mike Pence answered questions about the case.
The idea of indicting a former president of the United States is deeply troubling to me, as it is to tens of millions of Americans, and particularly happening in what appears to be a politically charged environment.
An attorney for Trump told CBS News the former president's comments about an imminent arrest are speculation. A Trump spokesperson said, in part, there has been no notification other than illegal leaks from the Justice Department and the DA's office. The spokesperson said President Trump is rightfully highlighting his innocence and the weaponization of our injustice system. In a tweet, Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy called the potential indictment an outrageous abuse of power by a radical DA. He said he's directing relevant committees to investigate if federal funds are being used to, quote, subvert our democracy by interfering in elections with politically motivated prosecutions. In a statement, former Democratic House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said the grand jury's consideration of this case makes clear no one is above the law, not even a former president of the United States. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Reporting that law enforcement officials are in New York making security preparations for the possibility that former President Trump could be indicted in the coming weeks and appear in a Manhattan court. Meanwhile, an arrest warrant has been issued for Russian President Vladimir Putin for war crimes. The International Criminal Court implicating him in the abduction of thousands of Ukrainian children during the war. Russia has repeatedly denied the accusations, saying it's, quote, rescuing the children. Russia does not recognize the ICC's jurisdiction.
The ICC is doing its part of work as a court of law. The judges issued arrest warrants. Their execution depends on international cooperation.
Putin will not be arrested as long as he stays in Russia. But if he travels to a country that's a member of the International Criminal Court, international law dictates the country must arrest him. President Biden says he supports the ruling, but doesn't know what impact it will have. The U.S. does not recognize the ICC's jurisdiction either. Central Arkansas Water is taking steps to ensure the region's largest drinking water supply stays safe. Lake Maumelle is where nearly all of our drinking water comes from, but an invasive species has taken over parts of the lake. Doug Shackelford with Central Arkansas Water tells us they've approved millions of dollars to help kill those invasive plants at the source before they turn into a bigger problem. Using herbicides, he says they'll drop pellets into the water to kill hydrilla. But don't worry, Shackelford says they've researched what to use so the water will still be safe to drink after this process.
This is our primary drinking water source. So we're talking about 500,000 people every day that are drinking water from this reservoir. And so it's absolutely crucial that we do everything we can to ensure its health and safety for decades.
Shackelford says they expect to start using the herbicides later this spring. CAW is also offering up to $2,000 in credits for eligible customers. It's an expansion of their low-income household water assistance program. This will allow eligible residents to get up to a year of their water and wastewater services covered at no cost to them. County Judge Barry Hyde and Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. hope the program can alleviate stress from Arkansans.
No parent or caretaker should ever have to choose between putting food on the table and paying a utility bill.
There are many of us that have grown up and have been a paycheck away from our lights being off, our water being cut off.
The state, not Central Arkansas Water, determines how much customers will receive. To check and see if you're eligible, we have more information right now on our website at thv11.com. Tonight, we also have an update on Summit Utilities. This week, Attorney General Tim Griffin filed a motion asking the Public Service Commission to investigate the company. He wants to know how much Summit paid for their natural gas and its billing practices. The AG opened an investigation into Summit earlier this year and has since received almost 3,000 complaints from customers. Some complaints are about the overall 35% rise in cost of natural gas this year. But Griffin says other companies haven't had anywhere near the number of complaints that Summit has. Earlier this afternoon, two groups in Little Rock partnered up with one goal in mind, supporting Black and local businesses. Tonight, THV11's Frederick Price shares the story of two business owners behind a pop-up sale event in South Little Rock.
This isn't your typical weekend pop-up shop.
We just wanted to have the kids come out and show their business and everyone support their Black community.
Meet 13-year-old Reagan Coleman, a young entrepreneur. You see this snow cone trailer? She's the owner, with the help of her parents, of course.
My dad wanted us to learn how to count money, and so he just said, let's start a business, and we went on from there.
You can say it runs in the family. Her dad is a business owner, too. Even more interesting, Reagan is the brainchild behind the Kids Entrepreneurs pop-up shop in Little Rock.
I want to show kids that you don't have to be a grown-up just to start your own business. You can be a little taller and have your own business.
Each vendor is a kid with a business plan. And across the street, another pop-up shop called the Melanin Market.
This is a place for Black business owners to share, connect, and build with one another.
Billy Woods at the Village, a community resource hub, leads this one.
This is a space to come and feel like you are at Grandma's house at the family reunion.
About 40 adult vendors selling various and original products. When she started this 2 years ago, Billy wanted somewhere where Black business owners could go to support each other.
We could keep the Black dollar in the Black community a lot longer if we, open a space up for people to come and shop Black.
An asset, she says, for this community in South Little Rock, and something city director of this part of town, Virgil Miller, is happy about.
There's a lot of activity going on in places other than the River Market and so on.
In Little Rock, Frederick Price, THV 11 News.
The Village will continue to host the Melanin Market once a month, with the exception of June, until September.